Okay, video on my 2005 Honda Civic Hybrid. I got special news for people that's a fan of this car or has it. So you know how the EPA says you get 40 miles a gallon? That's not true. It depends on your driving habits. It really depends on that. Depends on how well maintained your car is and so forth. This car is not meant for people with a heavy foot and try to get everywhere A to B real fast. It's not meant for that. The car is underpowered. It has no power. You're on the highway, no power. Put it in S mode, no power. But it does help when you go up hills. I live in PA where it's mountains everywhere, so I'm up and down hills. And just to say, I live in Pocono Mountain. People that live out here, y'all know. If y'all know, y'all know. So I want to show y'all what my my average is for my MPG. So I don't know everybody else's. They always saying they only get like 40, 44, 38. That's horrible, by the way, for this car. And this is what I get. So I got 2 bars left. And this is what I got. This is real stuff. 533 miles I got out of a single tank of gas. 46 miles MPG. That's exactly what I got. I can probably go a little bit longer and reach the 600. I'm pretty sure I can. But I'm not going to risk that and messing up the fuel pump because I just got that done. And yes, I got 251,000 miles on this car. It's everything. No, I changed a lot of things. And I mean a lot of things. For 251K for this model, I'm only talking about this model, but it should vary for every model. But it was time to replace a lot of stuff, and I replaced a lot of stuff. I'm talking about inner rods, outer rods, everything that involves with the emissions. I changed all of it, There's no mods on this car. I only got a K&N air filter and K&N cabin filter. And that's it. Another thing I guess y'all can count as a mod, but lots of people was biased about it, is I got a chip underneath the car. Try and show y'all. So that right there. It does. You won't see a whole bunch of game, but I can just tell because I drive this car for my second job a lot. And like when I lightly press on the pedal, I get the bars coming up for the assist. But when I put that on, and depending on, you know, the conditions of the road, the assist don't come on where it used to come on at. So I was like, okay, so it does something, but nothing like crazy, like, oh, I gained this amount of horsepower, this is no. But it does help me not use the battery as much. I'm not saying all the time, but you know, like periods of time. Like a little bit periods of time, and that's better than nothing. That's my opinion. So yeah, I maintain this car. The engine is original. The engine looks brand new inside. I'll show y'all a video someday when I get around to that, how clean it is. Yeah, I maintain it. Oh yeah, the transmission is the only thing that gave out. And that gave out because I got 251K now. So the transmission gave out at 240K. So just for y'all, just for FYI, you know, if y'all have a hybrid, and it also depends on how you drive, you know, because I bought this car at 89K, and I was driving till the wheels came off, and certain things did go, but nothing like crazy. The first thing that went was the battery. I went to New Jersey and got that done. Green Auto Tech, they do battery replacements for them cheap. Only replaced it in the inverter to the battery. Both of those combined, it was only around not even 3K. It was actually lower than that. I got the upgraded battery, so instead of the 4.0 amp, I got the 8.0 amp because I live in a hilly area. So that works wonders. So that's another thing. I won't really count that as a mod, just in case y'all think about that. But yeah, And I just been looking and researching, how to maintain it better. So I use Valvoline Restore. If they don't have the hybrid version, I use that. I use BG Engine Restorer. I use that. I use Exto um transmission forgot what you call it. But you just look up Exto. So it's XADO. I put like 1 or 2 spins of that, if I said it right. And then I use for the engine Exto, which is the same thing, but they also have it for the engine. And I put that in there. You have to have 3 of those. And is it a little bit more money? Is it a little expensive? Yes. Yes, it is. But is it worth it? Yes. Yes, it is. So what that does, the Exto stuff, is say you have a cut on your hand. Your body heals, right? But it leaves a scar. That's exactly what that does. So the wear and tear is not going to make a completely new car and all your problems are solved as they're wearing down and going out. No, it just fills in like the little scratches and stuff over time. Your car wears. So it just fills that in so your car lasts longer. That's basically all it does. The BG stuff, for the engine, it deep cleans your engine. So all that extra gunk comes out your car. So you won't have that carbon deposits in your car. That's what that does. They have all types of BG stuff. I used to use the fuel system cleaner. That works wonders too, but the Exto does better because it does that and more. So it also covers that wear and tear, like I said. The BG doesn't do that. So there's that. The transmission, when it went out, you'll know when it goes out. I'm not even gonna explain it. You'll know. Trust me, you'll know. What else I want to say? Besides, yeah, the transmission went out, and I gotta use one. Basically the same miles I got the car for, 89K. So since then, it's around 100K with this transmission in this car. And altogether, like I said, maintenance, replacing everything because it's getting beat up, and I'm well maintained it, and it's going basically a brand new car, honestly, except for the used transmission. But everything else, I always got mostly 98% of it is OEM. I tried to get the OEM tire rods, but everything was last minute, so Duralast. So it is what it is. But everything else is mostly OEM. When it comes to this car, and I drive it a lot, and it's a Honda, I just prefer OEM everything. And the tie rod, the inner tie rod, figured out it didn't really have to be replaced, but like I said, it's almost 300K. So I said, you know what? I'm getting the outer tire rods done, replace it. So that one is Moog, Moog, Moog. I don't know how you really say it. My pronounce of stuff is it sucks. So just bear with me. But yeah, but I heard they're really good with tire rods. I heard they went down in quality, but they said with the tire rods, everything's good with that still. So I said, okay, cool. So I got that, and it was way cheaper than Honda's site for parts, because for inner tire rod, $188. I was like, I don't got that right now. I'm not trying to spend that much. When I went and got it from carparts.com, it was like $124, something like that, for 2. So I said, what? That's a good deal. And they're good brands. Well, I don't know about now, but so to me, they never did me wrong, because I have another car and I put certain things on there that's that brand. So yeah. But I just wanted to let y'all know that don't listen to that EPA. Like I said, it's made for people with a light foot. It's made for people that don't rush their car, and try to be speed demon. It's just made for the average light foot person, like I don't want to say a granny or nothing, but like someone that's like cautious about how they drive and stuff like that. I'm talking about like light braking, knows about their hybrid, like knows what its potential is. You come into a stop sign, let go of the gas. Once you get closer to the stop sign, then you put down the brake a little bit, let the car do the rest of the work. Like that type of stuff, like that light driving. Not get to the stop sign and you want to brake last minute, and that like it's not meant for people like that. You drive like that, you're gonna pretty much hit the EPA at that. on the highway, like you just cruising. You can follow the speed limit and stuff like that, but you won't reach the 46 or 48, miles per gallon. You're gonna probably hit the 44 and lower, cause Cause I've realized with this car, it works very good on the highway, going 60 and below. On the main road, 45 to like at least 55 is good on the main road. I mean, the main roads. So that's another technique that helped me get this far, and I always been doing. And it's getting nice out, so when it gets nice out, cars run better when it's actually a certain temperature. So there's that. But yeah, other than that, show y'all one more time so y'all know this is not false. So this is my average. This is the average. Don't mind that, I'm on a slight hill, so there was 2 bars. Y'all seen it in the beginning of the video, and that's what I got. And this is just my B. I don't really need to use that one, but that is it. Another thing is on this screen, so I average 46 to like 52ish, and yes, this is accurate as well, because this shows my driving, non-stop. This just shows it shows it non-stop, but this one is like, it shows you while you're driving. You can't tell with this one, but you can tell with this one. So see, I'm averaging 51 right now. If I was driving on the road, it'd be like a little bit near 52. But yeah, this is the gallons I use, and that's accurate because I only had 2 bars left, and I'm doing 46 miles per gallon or 51. So yes, that's right. And I use mid gas. I know there's a NOx sensor and you could use plain gas, but just regular. But me, I prefer to use mid to supreme, mostly supreme. But since the gas prices rose, I dropped down a grade, and that's okay. It's just nice it's best to have both worlds. So I said mid it is. Yeah, I'm not going back to regular. That's just my opinion. That's just me and what I experienced anyway. So like, how I see it is, it has a NOx sensor just for it to use regular gas. That's how I see it. So it's actually meant to be on mid or at least supreme, and I say that because the engine itself is above 10 point. It's like what? No, the compression for this engine is 10.9, somewhere around there. And since it has that high compression, I said it might just benefit from mid to supreme. And on top of that, it has a NOx sensor, so it might just work. Will you see significant gains? No. But will you see the mile per gallon from the original EPA? Yes, you will. But just my opinion from the gas anyway. But yeah, so this is what 1 hour of driving. I was doing 102, almost 102, miles per gallon. In the past 10 minutes, it was 52, 53. And for the past 10 hours, my max was 91, and you can see my average is basically between that. So yeah, but other than that, because I'm tired of seeing these Honda Civic forums talking about MPG and they getting this and getting that, and supposedly they never reach 600. It definitely can. And remind you, I'm in a hilly area. Imagine if this is like the city or like a smooth surface, you don't even drive it up and down hills a lot. You'll definitely reach 50 to like 52 on average, maybe a little bit more, better than me. You'll definitely reach that 600. But yeah, just want to let that be known, and that's it. All right, I'm out. I'm about to fill my tank up because another day of work with this car tomorrow. All right, I'm out.